Hey, it's Jack from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. Let's take a look at the April single-family home market report for Massachusetts. And as always, we start with price. And look at that. We are at $770,586. That's plus $47,000 year over year. And if you look at the chart, you can see we've kind of put in a floor at the low 710s. Let's just call it 710. And if you also look at the historic chart, that typically February/March tend to be the lower prices of the year. And in the last 3 years, we've had a bump up when you get into the spring market. So this is what we're experiencing this March, a low point in February, and now a bump up as we have experienced the last several years. And even that trend is quite common for many, many years beyond that. So here we are, 770 with the spring market upon us. And you would expect to go higher from here. Sellers got 101% of their list price in March, so that's great. Strong for sellers, not so good for buyers, but strong for sellers. In other words, if you wanted to buy a house for $100,000, you'd have to actually offer 101 in order to get the bid on average. Now, as we look at the spring market, we should probably take a quick glance at interest rates. Interest rates have been hovering between, say, 6.9 and 7.1 for several weeks. We'll see if that trend continues. Let's take a look at the bond market. The bond market determines the 30-year fixed mortgage rate, generally speaking. And the bond market's been heading up recently. Yeah, that's probably not good news if you're a buyer. Something to keep a very close eye on. Now, usually when the spring market comes, you see more houses going on the market. But we started the month with 2,800 houses on the market. And actually, that's a month-over-month decline in inventory. Now we're a week into it. On April 8th is when we're making this video. And we are seeing a slight increase up to 3,477 homes, single-family homes, on the market statewide. And that's better than it was a week ago, but it's really not the start of the jump in inventory that you typically see this time of year. It kind of looks a little anemic for the volume of homes on the market, and that's going to make it tough for buyers. If this continues, we're going to keep a really close eye on this as April goes along and into May. But right now, we're not seeing a big explosion in inventory that you sometimes see in the springtime. Not seeing that yet. We'll hold our horses a little bit as we monitor this through the month of April. Days to offer remains in the low 30s, 31 days in March. That means you put your house on the market on the first of the month and you accept an offer at the end of the month. Add 6 weeks to that for the whole sales process to kind of go through. And basically, on average, from when you list your house to when you actually move out and close, call it 10 weeks, a 10-week process. Now, this is on average. There are people that are selling their houses and getting an offer that they accept in 2 or 3 days or even less. And there are also, obviously, houses that sit on the market for much longer. So everything's an average. But on average, this really hasn't moved that much. We'll see if it moves as the spring continues. Last month, 2,314 homes closed in the month of March. It's actually down slightly from year over year. Not much, not statistically significant, but just a teeny bit down. And, overall, this is, again, anemic. There's just not a lot of houses on the market, and there's just not a lot of closings compared to, pre-virus, right? Back when things were normal. So what's the future look like? Well, our pending home sales went up. This is the third month in a row, and that's kind of typical what you would see this time of year. Volume increasing as we head into the warmer weather. It's almost 60 degrees today. Almost time to put the top down on the Bronco. But, this is signs of life in the market. The winter is over, thankfully. So as we go into April and in May, I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on the inventory number and also those mortgage rates as determined by the 10-year Treasury. You're going to be very close eye on that. I'll keep you posted. I'm Jack from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.